Hello, I am Yogini Sunita, and this is Meditation, Yoga, and Stuff podcast. I believe my dharma or my life's purpose is to share my understanding of meditation, yoga, and Ayurveda, holistic healing science of India. I make these amazing wisdoms accessible and adaptable for present times. So let's start.
Hello and welcome to the podcast. Today I'm going to talk about YogaNidra. The word YogaNidra means yogic sleep, and it is one of the kriyas. What kriya means is basically a practice which has specific outcome. And YogaNidra is a kriya which helps us to move towards a state of stillness, but it is more than shavasana or yogic relaxation. The difference between yogic relaxation and yoga nidra is kriya, whereas shavasana is like a save button at the end of our practice where we store all the information we have created throughout our yoga practice or asana class. So it helps us to retain that information neurologically, save that information. That is the reason the relaxation practice or shavasana practice is done at the end of the class. The word shava means literally dead body, and we are in the state of that really stillness, as if we will keep our whole body really still and just let the information sink into our system, and that is the purpose of shavasana. Now, the Yoga Nidra is different than that. So, Yoga Nidra is a kriya which is a guru used to take disciple through this kriya for a specific reason. And this is where the wisdom of Yoga Nidra is extremely powerful. Now, where we in this state of Yoga Nidra, all parts of brain are lit up. So it's very, very amazing. So your body goes into complete stillness. The whole part of our brain, all parts, it is believed that all parts of our brain lit up. There is a lot of research done on Yoga Nidra because it is absolutely amazing practice. And in Yoga Nidra, there is a concept of Sankalpa. Sankalpa is something, it is aim or goal of the practitioner's life, and they choose most important goal at that moment and form a very positive sentence as if that goal is happening now. And that suggestion is repeated 3 times, and it is suggested during the practice where exactly that suggestion need to be done, of suggestion of having sankalpa during the practice. All the sequencing and the placement of sankalpa is absolutely important. Also, it is very important to understand the outcome of the suggestions in Yoga Nidra, because in Yoga Nidra, we start with stilling the body, the mind, the breath, and then we move towards, the Sankalpa. And from there, we move inwards. We move into all parts of our body, which stimulates certain parts of our brain. And it is a very, very powerful technique, but also remember that it is a kriya. So the person who is guiding it should know what they're doing. Otherwise, it can have a little bit challenging effect on people's mindset. So Yoga Nidra is really, really powerful. It is different than regular yoga shavasana or yoga relaxation, as it is known. It is also different than meditation. The mind is at different level, a state of mind is at different level than our meditation practice. So here mind goes into the state of awake as well as relaxed. So it is amazing how the mind is in Yoga Nidra as opposed to it is in meditation. And those who have experienced all these 3, Shavasana, the mind is different, Yoga Nidra, the mind is different, and in meditation, the state of mind is different. So this is the conscious awareness sleep, which is Yoga Nidra, which is what I wanted to talk about today. So Yoga Nidra has also visualization in it, and the visualization, there are specific visualizations to stimulate certain things in our system or open up certain our consciousness. And this is where the wisdom of yoga is really, really amazing, like how it is so divine that understanding this just maybe 30 minutes practice can do so much for us. It really stills the mind. It also takes us really deep into our state of consciousness. So we tune into what's happening in our system, what's happening in our body, mind. At the same time, we also, with the help of visualization and Sankalpa, we also drive our energy towards a certain goal in a way. And that happens when we place sankalpa in our, or that intention in our practice. It actually takes our whole system actually start then putting all energy, subconsciously putting all our energy towards completing this sankalpa. So it is very, very powerful way to move towards stillness, and it is also really amazing way to move towards the sankalpa, which is the or your aim or goal. Now, initially, I've seen a lot of people start with a lot of materialistic goal, and that's okay. No judgment there. But over the period of time, I have also noticed that once those fulfilled people will move towards more spiritual goals. And believe me, when we place this sankalpa in our Yoga Nidra practice, it will come true. So that's why we need to think about what is the right sankalpa for me. Is it the sankalpa should always help you move towards your dharma, which is your purpose of your life. And so this is where we start moving towards one step at a time, using Yoga Nidra, one step at a time, moving towards our dharma. So Sankalpa Dharma is always beyond our material goals. So whereas sometimes people may start with the material goals in the Sankalpa, and that's okay. Once that is fulfilled, maybe once that the need is satisfied, they will actually go towards what they really want. Now in Sankalpa, what happens that it also helps us to really, through Sankalpa, we can connect with our heart's deepest desire. So initially, we may choose the shallow desires, and that's okay. Over the period of time, we will touch to the our deepest heart's deepest desire, and it is amazing how the whole energy will start moving towards fulfilling that. So we subconsciously will start taking decisions to move towards fulfilling our heart's desire. It is also really amazing to understand our true self, because you'll start noticing that a lot of time the outer chatter will still in the Yoga Nidra practice. You will start noticing that your whole system is calming down. You start noticing that what is really important to you. You start noticing what's happening in the body. You start noticing your breath, and it is so powerful that sometimes it is called power nap. Yoga Nidra practice, sometimes people call it power nap, because you're so energized after this practice that it feels like whole system is awakened. You actually become observer. You can actually prepare for deeper meditation practices through experiencing your true self in Yoga Nidra. So it is really amazing what Yoga Nidra can do for us. Now, I have seen there are a lot of Yoga Nidra practices floating in the media, and that's okay. If the practitioners know what they're doing, if they are aware of what they're offering, then that's fantastic. If you want to learn how to teach Yoga Nidra for different occasions, for different reasons, different intentions, and what to achieve from that Yoga Nidra for yourself or for your students. I am offering Restorative Yoga and Yoga Nidra teacher training. So if you're interested, you can click the link below. It is 2 days. Teacher training. I offer a CPD point for yoga teachers, or if you're not yoga teacher, I offer certification of completion. And is in these 2 days, you will learn how to deeply relax your system with restorative yoga and yoga nidra. Yoga nidra is really a cherry on the top in this teacher training. Yoga nidra will take the whole practice, your whole being to a different level. And beauty of yoga nidra is that if your client, say for example, is has any physical disabilities, they cannot move, you can actually help them with yoga nidra to bring the peace in the mind. We also tune into ourselves as well sometimes when we are very tired, or people with chronic fatigue or any illnesses. Yoga nidra can be absolutely fantastic. And so there are many ways to do yoga nidra, and what I teach is more I teach the traditional way, also how to adapt it for the client's needs. So the teacher training, you will learn that if you are so I'm talking about the dates, which are 3rd and 4th of December, which is weekend. And if you're, I will be teaching in Sydney time zone, but if you're into different time zones, the recording will be available. Those who participate in this, the recording will be available for 2 months. So that way you can complete it in your own time zone, your own time. After 2 months of having this recording, you will receive the certification as well, certification of completion, or you can let me know when you have completed it, and I will issue the certification of completion. I will have some assessments about that, and once you completed assessment, the certification of completion will be provided to you. So it is really amazing that yoga nidra is something which is a beautiful tool to have in our with ourselves, to help our clients and also help ourselves. And it just takes us to this deep state of relaxation where the mind is completely alert, and at the same time it is completely relaxed, and whole body is completely still, yet the whole brain is completely activated. So it's a really beautiful practice. And it is the way it is done is usually it goes minimum 30 minutes, traditionally 30 minutes is the practice. Sometimes you see that 45 minutes practice as well, but 30 minutes is the usually the practice goes that much time. And in these 30 minutes, you receive this beautiful relaxation, peaceful, calming practice. And also, you also get to understand the Sankalpa. So, here the Sankalpa concept is very important. When we have our intention like this in Yoga Nidra, it helps us to move towards this our goal of our life, our towards our dharma, really quickly. Almost we moving towards it without us realizing, but it is not fast forward. It is still gentle moving towards our goal. The amazingly how our subconscious understands how to move towards this our sankalpa or our goal, but what happens that the rational mind places barriers, and yoga nidra gives us opportunity to move towards our Sankalpa, move towards our goal at this point. Once that is completed, you can take next Sankalpa. So one step at a time, and it is very, very powerful. Like, remember that the Sankalpa will come true. So if you can give a little bit thought about that, then you can then you it is better to give a little bit thought about that. It's very important to understand what Sankalpa can do. It is a powerful tool we have, and when we take this into our you don't have to do it daily. So I was going to say when you take into day-to-day life, but then I realized that not necessarily everyone has 30 minutes of time of relaxation, but you can do it maybe once a week, maybe twice a week, if that's all right for you. And this practice can really bring in deep relaxation. It activates our pineal gland. It is really amazing, releases the correct hormones in our system to bring relaxation in our body. And the side effect of this is also it will improve our immunity, digestion. We can manage our stress better. So we also move from sympathetic mode to parasympathetic mode, which is our from, or I should say, flight or fight mode to rest and digest mode. This is really amazing practice which really helps us to bring this into our life in that half an hour, maybe once a week. You can or you can do it twice a week, whichever works for you. During this practice, it is very important that you're completely relaxed. So maybe switching off your phones and making sure that you're warm enough is very important. So when I teach these practices and how to use the correct word for these practices, I also explain that how the client should be relaxed, what can we do for their relaxation, and also how, as a yoga teacher, when can we introduce our clients, because remember this is a kriya, and so kriya always has a specific outcome to it, and kriya is a technique which is very important to understand that we cannot take it lightly. So in regular yoga classes, maybe you can offer shavasana, but if you're doing yoga nidra practice, it needs to be understand that the client is completely relaxed before going into this practice. It helps to get the benefit of the practice, and I teach all that, like where to place yoga nidra, when to do it, and things like that. So if you're interested in all this, just visit visit the link I'm putting into the show notes. Click on that. The training is there, and if you want, you can always email me about any questions you have. But the link is there. All you have to do is click on the link, and you can go to the page and you can buy the course. The course is live, so if you can attend the live, that's fantastic. If not, you can get the recorded variation of that as well. So you can, and those who are attending live will also get recordings. So everyone is going to get recording who is attending, who is registering for the course. I hope that this triggers your curiosity in you about yoga nidra. You can do a little bit research if you want. It is really amazing. The yoga, Ayurveda and yoga both has this understanding that relaxation is very important. And so how can we bring in relaxation in our life? So we do have shavasana practices. I will be also teaching a little bit about shavasana practices or relaxation practices in the teacher training, but main focus will be restorative yoga and also the yoga nidra practices, and how we can do yoga nidra practices for the children, yoga nidra practices for adults, for specific reasons, what should be the how to guide people into that. So I will be talking all about that. So if you're interested, click on the link and book yourself into the course. And also listen to the other podcast episodes as well. I talk about all the subjects which are yoga, Ayurveda, meditation, which are very close to my heart. So if you can, listen to those, subscribe, I would really appreciate. Thank you for being here today. I really appreciate you being here. Bye for now.
Thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate that you're taking this time out of your day. Don't forget to subscribe. Take care. Bye for now.